Nick, it was a wonderfully informative presentation. I don't think anybody can be any doubt as to why you have the role that you have. You're so over your subject matter. It was a masterclass, UCFB students, in being in control of all those tiny details. Are you nervous, to come back to that responsibility question, Nick? Does it make you nervous that people's safety is truly now in your hands?
It does, because it's a massive responsibility, right? People's safety is our responsibility every time they come into one of our venues, and none of us have ever before. So we've had to consider their health and their safety through many lenses for as long as any of us have been in this business. But a global pandemic is new for most of us. So adding that expectation and right of safety is new. It's a significant responsibility, and we're absolutely determined to doing it in the way that is fully informed and taking into account best practices. And our commitment is complete in terms of doing exactly that.
Is there any danger we might be overestimating consumer pliability? I mean, I'll give you a few examples. A pal of mine told me there's a coffee shop near him where you got to sort of ring up, order your coffee, they give you a time and it'll be ready and all. And I'm going, I'll just make one at home. I mean, you obviously you've done your research, but you take my point that there might be a tipping point where consumers go, do you know what? I'll wait. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we worry a lot about that, because it's all well and good to be gauging fan sentiment, and I think the fan sentiment is genuine. Well, I know the fan sentiment is genuine, but the fan actually can't imagine themselves in this environment and really understand what it's going to be like. So we have a duty to provide as entertaining, in addition to safe, environment as we can. But there's a risk that those fans sort of consume the experience and say, this actually isn't the entertainment that I'm looking for, and I understand why it needs to be this way, but I'm going to sit it out until such time as it's back the only way I've ever known it. And I mean, some fans will be the reaction of some fans for certain. We also believe that there are some fans who are just madly passionate and want to be in the environment of their club, in any way that is safe, and will tolerate or will endure, sort of the disruption for the period of time that we have to do it. But I think there are a good many people who say this is actually not for me, and I'm perfectly happy for a period of time to watch it on television.
Yeah, Nick Eaves is the Chief Venues and Operations Officer for the whole of the Maple Leaf Sport and Entertainment Company. Questions coming in. Send us some more, please. Use that toolbar on the left-hand side. Go into the chat room there. Put your questions. Jordan Hearn sent a question. You kind of answered it, but he's saying, what's the overall feeling in the Toronto area of returning back to the arenas? Are you sensing the fans are nervous? Are you seeing lots of fans sort of saying, look, we want to get, well, they're obviously saying they want to get back there, but you must talk to people on the ground, as must some of your researchers. I mean, are they nervous? Are they concerned?
Yeah, I think the research is reflective of the organic conversations that I'm having with fans and friends. Many friends are fans. People are desperate to get back to the sport and entertainment that they love. In our case, we're so fortunate. We are the proud owners of the NBA champion Toronto Raptors, who were having an even better regular season than they did last year. So, we think they were well on their way to obviously defending and repeating as NBA champions. So,
which would be an amazing achievement.
So Toronto sports fans are just desperate to sort of get back to that playoff run, and now they're going to have a chance to. Unfortunately, it's going to be in Orlando, and they'll have to watch it on television, but that's better than nothing. Same with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, they are a storied 102-year-old iconic team in the Toronto market that of late, with the type of talent and youth that team has had, is showing promise unlike anything they'd shown in years and years and years and years. So the thought of that resuming, and for even if it's on television, being able to sort of get back into sort of the fandom of those games is that people are not desperate, because that connotes something that's too negative, but people are just longing for that. And people know that it's going to be on television first. The television broadcast for NHL might actually be in our arena in Toronto. That would be wonderful, but it's not going to change the way the fans view it in the short term, which is on television.
Mo asks, what are your thoughts on injecting fan noises into empty stadiums, like fan chants from the FIFA video games?
I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I've watched a bit of the Bundesliga, and I've sort of seen it and heard it, because I'm like, what? Like, I'm just watching on television. What would it be like? So but again, and I'm not an elite athlete, so what do I know other than I couldn't imagine how difficult it would be playing a competitive, high intense professional game in a silent arena. So I don't really know. I don't know what the right thing is. I don't think silence is right. I don't think I don't know what's right. Somebody really smart will figure out the best balance between something inspiring that isn't schlocky.